have House Republicans that's literally blocking the president's effort to do something. That's what they're doing. They're playing political games. They're doing political stunts.
That was White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre talking about Republicans' visit to the border today. It comes after record-setting numbers of illegal immigrants in December, November, and September of crossings at the southern border. Chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, Jim Jordan, with us now from Eagle Pass, Texas. Good to see you, sir. Happy New Year. The White House, as you know, has called this a photo op by you, the Speaker, and other members of the Republican caucus. Have you seen, done, discovered anything that proves this isn't a photo op?
Well, we saw people coming across the river, coming across the Rio Grande as we were standing there talking with Border Patrol agents and people from the Texas Highway Patrol. So it's as real as it gets. But you don't have to take my word for it. You can watch any news clip in the last 3 years and see how serious the problem is. And, of course, just last month, we set a record, 300,000. So I always tell people we know the cause. It's Joe Biden's policies. He intentionally did this to the country, which is just hard for, I think, American citizens to fathom. But that's the case.
Look, executive action also could turn people back, change the asylum rules, go back to the migrant protection protocols, all things that are possible. Let's look forward, though. You make a great point. 12 million people. So this is going to be a problem the next president's going to have to deal with because we know he's not going to sign H.R. 2. That's a non-starter for this White House. But where is this headed? We've heard Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, talk about pathway to citizenship and amnesty. You're saying effectively that this is not a failure of policy, but the policy of the Biden administration for all these folks coming across. Is the ... that this is leading to a push for mass amnesty?
Of course, the Democrats have said that all along. I mean, why else would you on day one? January 20th, 2021, day one, Joe Biden comes in and says, we're not going to build the wall anymore. We're not going to go with Remain in Mexico. We're going to end that. And we're going to release people who we catch. Release people who come and present themselves. Just release them in the country. No detention whatsoever. No removal, frankly, whatsoever. So when you do those three policies, it's like, well, Shazam, everyone's going to come. And there's no other conclusion any rational person can reach but that this is intentional. This is deliberate. This is a willful action on the part of the Biden administration because they want amnesty for, I guess, 12 million people. The American people don't want that. They're not going to stand for that. And Republicans certainly aren't going to support that. When President Trump wins, which I think is what's going to happen, he will go back to the policies that were working. He would sign H.R. 2, our legislation. He would do the right thing.
Well, you and I will have a discussion then about E-Verify and what that would do to certain employers in states other than Ohio, but that's a different conversation. I want to play for you something from Karine Jean-Pierre today, talking about members of the House and what's happening on the border. Take a listen.
The Republicans in the House, they voted to get rid of 2,000 Border Patrol agents. I mean, that's their focus. So, of course, that's not helpful. So we need the resources to actually do the work, and they keep getting in the way. House Republicans keep getting in the way.
They're saying you're getting in the way. Good.
Yeah, but I mean, let's assume she's right. I don't think she is. I don't think that's the policy of that. We certainly support the Border Patrol agents. Now, one Border Patrol agent has talked to us about that as being a concern. What they've talked about is just how they have to bring people in from doing their job out in the field to process. So if there were 2,000 more Border Patrol agents, assuming she's accurate in what she says, and I don't think she is, they would just be processing more people. So you would speed up this track. You would be more than 12 million in a 4-year presidency. So I just think that's ridiculous. That's all they can say because they know deep down they created this with their policies that they put in place at the very beginning of the administration. And now here we are 3 years in. The only logical solution at this point is to stop it. Pass the bill and everything, but stop it. Say, suspend allowing people into the country because the problem has gotten so bad.
Look, it's very easy to change this with policy. I've been down on the border, as have you, a number of times. I get that. To that end, House Republicans have now announced that they're going to begin impeachment proceedings against Alejandro Mayorkas, the DHS secretary. If this is indeed, as you put out, and I think there's a lot of credence to the argument, this is not a policy failure, but a policy by the Biden administration. How does impeaching Mayorkas change and make a lick of difference if it's something coming from Mayorkas' boss?
Well, I think it's all part of the Biden administration. I think you're right with that. I do think, though, as Chairman Green has pointed out, Secretary Mayorkas.
I'm right that impeaching him is sort of is political show and not actually going to make a difference when it comes to what's happening on the border.
Well, look, impeachment, any decision on impeachment should be based on the facts. And we're in an impeachment inquiry phase about the president. We've been in an impeachment sort of inquiry phase about Mayorkas as well, I would say, based on the work that Chairman Green has done in the Homeland Security Committee and some of frankly, the hearings we've had in our committee. We're going to be driven by the facts. We're going to be driven by the evidence, and then we'll make a decision. I know Chairman Green's announced that. We're going to work closely with him and proceed forward. And we'll see where the members of the House of Representatives are when it comes to that question and when actual articles, in fact, may get filed.
All right, fair enough. Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. Enjoy the sunshine in Eagle Pass. It's not quite like that here in Washington. We'll see you back here next week, sir. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.